Hi, my name is Padraic, and today I want to share with you what is probably the most important map in the world. Imagine just for one moment if you were to unearth or discover a map that would help you think better, plan better, and communicate better. Imagine the benefits for your life. Well, Mary Davis, the lady who planned the Special Olympics in Ireland, probably the best run project that ever happened here, she discovered it. Padraic, former Ernst Young Entrepreneur of the Year in 2002, he did his business plan on one page of a mind map. Every night, when you look at your television screens and see Miriam O'Callaghan on prime time, she has a mind map done for every live interview she ever does. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the title of perhaps the most important map in the world. It's called mind mapping. And although it's been used since time immemorial, since men first drew pictures on caves, it was only in the 1970s that it was actually, the term was coined and packaged called mind mapping. A wonderful man called Tony Buzan, an English psychiatrist, he was studying the similarities and the connections between the left and right hemispheres of your brain. He discovered two irrefutable facts about your brain. One, as you may know, it works very well in diagrammatic or imageries. You've heard the old adage, a picture is worth 1,000 words. He also discovered, however, that your brain works very well in short spurts. I speak at 250 words per minute. Your mind works somewhere at about 2,500 to 3,000 words per minute. When you begin to write or type a sentence, your brain gets bored. It goes into a semi-hypnotic trance and it just literally pilots out. However, if it's stimulated with keywords, your brain is hugely explosive and prolific and absolutely dynamic. And to illustrate this, I often do an example of asking for the biggest Egypts in my workshops. And I'm being a little bit smart. I look for men. And I ask them, I say, I want you to do an exercise for 60 seconds. I want you to imagine that two very good friends of yours, a man and a woman, they ring you up and say, we're getting married in 3 months' time. And we want you to organise the wedding for us. We're not allowed home to Ireland until the night before the wedding. And the guys look at me a bit perplexed and say, well, what's got to be done to organise this wedding? And some guy will always say, well, you need to book the church. Someone else says you need to book the priest. Somebody else says you need to book a hotel. Somebody else says you got to book a band. And so it comes, you got to get rings. You got to get flowers. You got to organise invites. And you wouldn't believe it, but in less than 60 seconds, these guys who have never organised a wedding in their lives, they can come up with as many answers to organising a wedding than a bunch of girls who have been organising their weddings in the last year to 2 years. It proves conclusively what Buzan discovered, that your brain works in terms of images much better than lists. It also works very well in short spurts. You may notice that I have just used keywords. Now, a lot of cynics look at that and they say, Padraic, that's all over the place. It's just a big mess. And then I begin to say, yeah, but hang on a sec. What's got to be done first here? Well, they say you probably got to book the church first, then the priest, then the hotel, then maybe the band. You could actually leave the rings up till that morning. And then I say, fair enough, any girls here? Alice, will you book the church for me? Alice has no choice. And she said, sure, no problem. And I say, Alice, how long do you think it's going to take you? Well, she said, I could do that in 10 minutes. So I say, fair enough, Alice. You're going to have that task done for me today. And so forth. And ladies and gentlemen, this apparent mess, contained within it are the 5 fundamentals of all project management. Number 1, work breakdown schedule. You break the big task into little tasks. Number 2, prioritize in order of sequence or importance. Number 3, nothing ever gets done until somebody's allocated to do it. It's called delegation. Number 4, big problem. Many people fail miserably to estimate the exact amount of time to do a job. And number 5, it's what we call time activation. If it's not committed to your diary, it's highly unlikely to happen. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the most important use of mind mapping to plan projects. Several other uses for mind mapping that I don't propose going through in detail. One is problem solving. Next time you're uncertain or unsure as to how to do something, do a mind map, just keywords. I work with some of the leading psychotherapists in this country, and that's what they do in a one-on-one with their clients. They literally enable them to spill their problems and then allow them to come up with solutions to them. If any of you have children or friends, or you yourself are doing exams or examinations, it is the ultimate way. It's taught in all the best cramming schools in the world. They spend the first week to 2 weeks not teaching them history or English or maths or biology. They teach them that it's not so much what you know, it's how you communicate it. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant for exams. Huge area is the area of communication. Communications and presentation skills. The next time you've got a presentation or a communication to do, think mind map. I must say, I tend to combine it with my old friend the Kipling 6. Kipling once said that I kept 6 honest serving men. They taught me all I knew. Their names are what and why and when, where and how and who. Very left brain, very powerful, but very, very left brain. The thing is, you can do this in a mind map very easily. What is the purpose of my presentation? Yeah? Why is it important to you or to our customers or to whoever? When is it going to happen? Where is it going to happen? What facilities do I need? How am I going to structure the communication? And finally, and very importantly, who's going to be there? Ladies and gentlemen, thinking, planning, and communication are 3 of the most important areas for you to develop as a person, as a business person, or in your career. It's a little bit like cycling a bike, however, or skiing. Anytime you begin to do something at the start, it's uncomfortable and you're a little bit awkward. So too with mind mapping. You're not going to master it on the first occasion. I would encourage you for a period of between 7 and 28 days to do mind map after mind map after mind map. If some of the most successful people in history have done it, so can you. This is Padraic, creator of Smough, wishing you every success with your mind map.